ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। Hari Om, salutations to all. So we are seeing the Asuri Lakshan in the 16th chapter of the Gita, and we saw Bhagavan said pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidurasuraha. They don't know when to engage, when to withdraw, what is to be done, what is not to be done. No importance to purity, to good conduct, not giving emphasis on truth, na satyam teshu vidyate. And in fact, their life is based on falsehood, asatyam apratishtamte. And Jagadahuranishwaram, they also believe that God is not there, so no dharma, no Ishvara. So then what is the purpose of life? Just eat, drink and be merry. Aparaspara sambhutam kimanyat kamahaitukam. There is only mutual lust and procreation happens, and then the Srishti goes on. There is no other bigger purpose of this Srishti. And there is no morality, there is no truthfulness, no purity, none of that is required. Just enjoyment is the main purpose. Etam drishtima vashtabhya nashtatmanah. They have destroyed themselves. Alpa buddhaya. Gita calls them alpa buddhi. In the world, people may think somebody is very great if they live in this way. They criticize those who are following scriptural values, who believe in Ishvara, who also live by certain discipline, tyaga, tapasya. And they may enjoy, eat, drink, be merry. That's all they feel. That is the best way to live. Why bother with so many of these? And these are people who are following something unnecessary. So the mind is deluded that way. Nashtatmana alpa buddhaya. From Gita standpoint, it is alpa buddhi. Why? Because this human buddhi can be utilized to realize the absolute. What is not perceptible, the self, which is beyond body, mind, intellect, but it is the truth which is there in our heart. Aham, aham, aham. Every minute it is throbbing in our heart. That one is not able to even comprehend intellectually. Forget experience. Otherwise, one would never say Jagadahuranishwaram, that there is no God. The one is able to say that there is no God because of presence of divine in our heart. 15th chapter we saw, no? Bhagavan said, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtaha. I am in the hearts of all the beings. One who says there is no God is denying one's own true existence also. Then how are you existing? So anyway, when that is the thought process, that's why Gita calls that person Alpa Buddhi, who is not using the Buddhi for the purpose for which it is given. Plants, birds, animals, all of them, they use Buddhi for utility value. If something is useful, take it. If not, leave it. If someone is friendly or someone there's a threat from, use the Buddhi to discriminate, run away or attack. If human being also doing that, then Bhagavan is saying it is Alpa Buddhi only. Nashtatmana, and that's why they have destroyed themselves. They may have whatever power, position, name, fame, but that is temporary. It has its own value, but it is not the best use of the buddhi. It is said about Swami Ram Tirtha, he was brilliant in his studies. And one of his college exams, school or college, I don't remember, one of his exams, the question paper said write, any five of the questions, answer any five of the questions. Some 8 questions were there. He wrote answers for all 8 and he said, you correct any five. And eventually he renounced the world. So when somebody asked him, "Okay, why did you renounce? You're so brilliant." He said, that's why I renounced. He said, because this buddhi is not meant only for, applying it in the temporary perishable world. It is meant to realize the imperishable. That is the best use. If one is not using, in the Gita also Bhagavan says that in the second chapter it comes when Arjun says Kripana, Karpanya dosho pahata svabhava. I am overcome by miserliness. If you read Shankaracharya's Bhashya there, he has quoted from Upanishad on Kripana and he says, having got a human birth, one who does not strive to realize the truth is a Kripana. One who has not realized the truth also is a Kripana. So he says, that's why he is Alpa Buddhi. Prabhavanti Ugra Karmana, and having so much attachment to ego, body identification, lust, craving for sense enjoyment, they can do any prohibited karma. Here Ugra Karma means prohibited karma. They can kill, loot, plunder, murder, anything. Prabhavanti Ugra Karmana Kshayaya Jagato Ahitaha. And they are like the enemies of the world and they act for its own destruction. Now, further he goes. Now, this portion, now, which is the Asuri Lakshan, will be little long. Different types of characteristics will be shown. Kamamashritya dushpuram dambhamanamadanvitaha mohat grihitva sadgrahan pravartante shuchivrataha. Kamamashritya dushpuram. This is verse 10. Kamamashritya, taking refuge of Kama. Interesting, no? Who should be our Ashraya? In the 7th chapter it came, no? That Yogam Yunjan Mad Ashrayaha. Asamshayam Samagramam Yathagnyasasi Tachrunu. Maya Saktamana Partha Yogam Yunjan Mad Ashrayaha. We have to take refuge of Bhagavan. Arjun took refuge, no? Finally, he said, Shishyasteham. So, Ashraya, whose refuge one will take? Why will one take refuge? If one is walking in the sun, hot sun, one needs some shelter. One sees a tree, one will immediately go and stand below it and saved. Now some cool breeze. When we go for Narmada Parikrama, it happens like that. Sometimes one is walking for such a long time, there's no tree that you can see. It is so hot. Sometimes 11 o'clock also is very hot. One is walking and going, and one finds one tree. Honestly, I'm telling you, on the whole parikrama, some 3,400 kilometers parikrama when I did, I really thanked everybody who has planted trees on the way. Not only on the way, anywhere in the world, people plant trees. We take them for granted, but they are very important. So the point is, when we are suffering, struggling in this world, samsara tapa, when it is there, no, then one seeks refuge. Ki Bhagavan, enough of sorrow, suffering. What is this samsara? But when the mind is just indulgent, mind doesn't want to take refuge of Bhagavan. It is taking refuge of what? More and more karma. And kama is what? It will not fulfill. That's why he's saying dushpuram. Dushpuram kamam ashritya. Bhagavan is saying kama is dushpura. Literally, example given for kama is, the analogy given in the Vedas as well as in the Vivek Chudamani, etc., is our mind is like the Havan Kund, and this fire is kama. And the ahutis we are offering in that ghee and other ahutis, whatever we offer, is a sense objects. The more we offer, the more it catches. That's why Bhagavan says, Dushpuram, it is impossible to satiate this. That's why in the Gita's third chapter, Bhagavan calls it as enemy only. Mahashano Mahapapma Vidyanamiha Vairinam. Third chapter, he says that it is Mahashana, it goes on consuming. It doesn't get satisfied. You see the Puranic example of Yayati, King Yayati, so overpowered by kama and lust that he became old, still he is not satisfied. Then he wants to take the youth of his children. Nobody wants to give. Then Puru comes forward and gives his youth. And the Yayati enjoys with that youth. Then he realizes, what is this? Kama is pathetic. It doesn't get fulfilled at all. He returns the youth to Puru, blesses him, rewards him, and tells him that kama is, and he tells everybody actually, kama is impossible to satiate. No, Swamiji, our kama gets fulfilled. We have chota kama only. It appears to be fulfilled at that point in time. I want to eat ice cream, I got it. I want some promotion, I got it. I want some car, I got it. Fine, you got. But it leaves also a craving for more or for something else. Vasana is also left. At which point it will manifest, that we don't know. It goes on. So what should we do? Should we not engage in any desire? What did Bhagavan say in the 7th chapter, if you remember? Dharma viruddho bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshabha. I am that kama which is not divide against, which is not against dharma. Engage in dharmic desire, number one. While engaging in them, also understand its limitation. Do viveka, get out of its attachment. Get vairagya. Have the bigger picture, and when one feels bhakti for Bhagavan, when ashraya is taken of Bhagavan, no, then everything is done. One feels full within, then kama is not required, because what is kama? Is a sense of incompleteness and a scheme for fulfilling that incompleteness in future, that if I get this, then I will become happy. That's how Gurudev is to define what is desire, a sense of incompleteness and a scheme for happiness in future. Once we see the play of karma and see how much it drains the energy, what kind of craving it leaves behind, how it makes us compromise with dharma, how it binds us in cycle of birth and death, then one will say enough now. So here he says kama mashritya dushpuram, and that's why if you see in the Gita, when Arjuna has chosen Bhagavan Krishna and not his Akshavini army, that is one symbol, one indicating point that we should choose Bhagavan. Rest will be added. We run behind Kama, we forget Ram, we forget Bhagavan. And then we get bound in the cycle of birth and death. We choose Kama and we suffer. But we choose Ram, Kama also comes along with it. But one is not bothered and one is not a victim of that Kama. So here he says, what happens to such people? Kama mashritya dushpuram. This Kam which is insatiable, it will bring what? Dambha mana madanvitaha. That we saw already earlier also. So it will bring these three: Dambha, hypocrisy; Mana, ego and pride; and Mada, intoxication. I am so rich, I am so powerful, I am so young, I am so handsome, I am so strong. Any. And then one start looking down upon others, behaving in whichever way one likes. So kama mashritya dushpuram dambha mana madanvitaha mohad grihitva. They are held by delusion. What is right appears wrong to them, what is wrong appears right to them. Moha. What is harmful appears very beneficial. Somebody is pulling us down, but they appear as our friends. And somebody who is genuine critic, who is our well-wisher, appears as somebody who is against us. This goes on. Food which is healthy, one doesn't want to eat. Ghas poos who will eat. And food which is unhealthy appears very attractive. Mohad grihitva. Why? Because karma makes one do like that. This applies in everything. People, food, work, anything. Satsang which is good, meditation which is good, self-control which is good. One says, Arey, this will do afterwards, retirement, abhi. Run behind the money, enjoyment. Why? Because happiness is in that. The mind plays a trick. Not that one should not eat or do anything nice, but the trick the mind plays is it shows the opposite. So, mohad grihitva, kama, moha, all these come together. Kama, moha, mada, matsarya, krodha, lobha, all that will come ahead. Krodha, etc. will come. All six impurities basically they will come. In this, three have come already: mana, mada, and moha. Sorry, kama, mada, and moha. Krodha and lobha and matsarya, all the three will come further ahead. All the six impurities are asuri sampada. So he says, mohad grihitva asadgrahat, because of evil ideas, falsehood, cheating people, manipulating them, taking away their money, plotting, scheming, hard-earned money of people. And people are doing all kinds of scams today on phone, on internet. So, mohad grihitva asadgrahat pravartante ashuchi vrataha. With all kinds of impure motives, they engage in this karmas. And they do not follow dharma, they do not follow scriptural injunction. Even if somebody tells them, they will dismiss it. Now, Bhagwan goes on and he says, what are the feelings and thoughts of such people who are non-believers, who are not having value for dharma or righteousness? So what does he say? Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashritaha kamopabhoga paramaha etavaditi nischitaha. So Bhagavan is saying, Chintam aparimeyam. They worry endlessly, immeasurable, aparimeyam. And till what time? Pralayantam upashita. Pralaya here means their death, meaning they live life full of worries. They can't stop worrying. Why? Because karma. How much karma is there, that much restlessness will be there. Chintama parimeyam. And chinta about what? They are not thinking about, they are not having chinta about ki my human life is getting over. What good should I do? How best should I use it? How to get out of cycle of birth and death? What is moksha? There is no chinta for all that. Chinta will be for what? Some enjoyment, some money, some position, some relationship conflict. Who will take care of, my property and my things, and what should I give to whom and which son and which daughter, and mind is gone in all that. Again, I'm saying to think of any of that functionally as a duty, no problem. Here, their mind is full time thinking of this only, worrying about themselves, about other people in their life, their family, I and mine. Basic point of worry is that. One is not thinking ki, how will I contribute to the country, how to make this world a better place. That chinta one is not doing. Chintam aparimeyam cha pralayantam upashitaha. No, no, Swamiji, how can you say like that? They may be thinking of other good things also. Shloka here says kamopabhoga paramaha. In their mind, sense enjoyment and fulfillment of selfish desires is their supreme purpose. Paramaha. Only gratification of senses is their main motive. And so they are doing chinta for that only. See, again, the point is not to say that every atheist will be like that. This is the mind's tendency is if I don't value the higher, if I don't want to follow dharma, both these are invisible, dharma and Brahman. They are invisible, they are not tangible. But human buddhi is capable of that subtle vivek by which one can follow these. Now, if one is not doing that and then one thinks only what is visible is the main purpose, then sense enjoyment, one is looking around, everybody doing all hard work for what? Kurute karma bhogaya. They are doing lot of action for enjoyment. Karma kartum cha bhunjate. And when they are enjoying, they are doing new karmas. This goes on. Action is for money, money is for enjoyment, enjoyment while doing, I'm doing more action, more enjoyment, more craving. This will go on. Kamopabhoga paramaha. Etavaditi nischitaha. And this is what they have decided. Okay, this is all the purpose of life is. And this is their determined feeling. Etavaditi nischitaha. Just enjoy, fulfill your desires, and don't worry about morality, ethics, governance, self-control, discipline is all useless. Just be in the moment. Nowadays that's very popular. So many people say, be in the moment. Just enjoy, let go of everything else. Or what is that? Don't be scared of breaking rules. They are only made by people. For once you try the forbidden fruit, all that goes on. Student of Vedanta and seeker in this spiritual path, one says every single karma that I do, I have to pay the price for it. Plus, I have to face the consequence of it. Both. What is the energy it will take from me? What will be the result that it will bring to me now and in future? If one is not alert with all this, one will suffer. You know, in the world, people are very smart. They will say there are no free lunches. In the world, if there are no free lunches, you expect that there will be free lunch in Bhagwan's Srishti. You get away with any karma? No. Every single karma will bounce back, come back to us. Why should one go through then unnecessary all this? And the saddest part in this whole thing is karma is not going to be fulfilled. If karma is fulfilled also, one understand. Here it is, Dushpuram was said earlier. And still kamopabhoga paramaha. Think about it. What is my main purpose in life? Is it kama, upabhoga, parama, supreme? Is Bhagwan my supreme purpose? Is Chitta Shuddhi my supreme purpose? Is seva of people making a difference in the world my supreme purpose? Is helping people to come out of some kind of suffering, sorrow, alleviating the sorrows of people my supreme purpose? Evolving to become a better, more selfless and devoted, kind, compassionate person my supreme purpose? What is my supreme purpose? Because kama and upabhoga Even animals will do. That if one thing is the supreme purpose. That is why Nashta Alpa Buddhaya, Nashtatmano Alpa Buddhaya. So Kamopabhoga Paramaha Etavaditi Nischitaha. This is what they have uh, concluded, that the main purpose is only this much: eat, drink, and be merry. They don't even think about other life, other world, any other yoni, nothing. So as a result, what happens? आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः कामक्रोधपरायणाः ईहन्ते कामभोगार्थम् अन्यायेनार्थसञ्चयान्. आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः. One is bound by hundreds of desires. आशापाशशतैर्बद्धाः. कामक्रोधपरायणाः. See, krodha came now. Kama already done. Now again Kama has come. If you see one common word which is there in many of these verses in this series is Kama. Selfishness and lust, both it means. So Kama, Krodha, Mada already done. Moha also already done. Now Matsarya will come ahead. Lobha will also come ahead. Kama Krodha Parayanaha. You see what is given? Parayana means they are dedicated, committed to that, meaning their desire will make them like that, because desire only is the cause of both Lobha and Krodha. Kama is the cause. If Kama is fulfilled, it will bring Lobha. If it is not fulfilled, it will bring Krodha. So Asha Pasha Shatair Baddha, bound by hundreds of desires. Think about it. How many desires one has? One is, and so many already are fulfilled. For some time one feels happy also about it. Again so many more rise. What is happening if you actually think about it? The mind is just pulled out by karma, extroverted. One is not able to sit quietly because of karma. Even if one does japa, mind is wandering because of karma. And the karma doesn't seem to end. As we grow in life, karma should reduce. Because one sees, how much will one see? But if satsang and viveka is not done, sadhana is not done, sanyam is not there, then karma will increase in life and body will become weaker and weaker. So desire becomes younger and younger, body becomes weaker and weaker. What level of frustration? Today with some of this technology and all that, one is able to put denture and put some creams and put some whatever artificial implants, this, that, and still increase enjoyment. Body is giving signals that you are becoming old now, enough of karma, but no. When this is the mindset, no, asha pasha shatair baddhaha, bound by hundreds of desires. Kama krodha parayanaha, committed to anger and lust. Ihante kama bhogartham, and they strive hard to obtain for the sense enjoyment what? Artha, wealth. How? Anyayena sanchayan. Hoarding, accumulating wealth for fulfilling desires, all in unlawful ways, unethical ways, by cheating, manipulating, by doing corruption. Swamiji, all this is human being only created, no? So what is wrong in that? If everybody has decided that we will take bribe, so let us take bribe. What is wrong? Which God is sitting up there and deciding that you are taking bribe, so you will go to hell? Suppose we legalize it as a fee, then where is your papa coming? Now that is the argument people give. That is punya papa. You are saying scripture is saying all this, but how this definition is given? Who is deciding all this? That kind of logic people question people ask. See, the point is what takes me away from my true nature, which increases my ego, my selfishness, and which makes me uh, do wrong things, makes me cheat, break universal values love of satya, ahimsa, brahmacharya. That will lead to papa. Whether you legalize it or not, it doesn't matter. That is for society and that is for a certain harmony in the society, legal laws, this, that is required. Now even says smoking. So smoking in public is banned. Now smoking chambers are created. Airport may have a smoking room. You go there and smoke. What? Whether you banned in public or you don't ban, your lungs are getting affected. No. It's for public convenience. If you don't smoke in public, so you go and smoke in some room there. But your lung is going to get affected whether you smoke here or there. Whether the people legalize betting and gambling and all kinds of corruption or they don't, that is a different matter. But Shastra has already said, it will come at the end of this chapter also, that karma gives karma phala and Bhagavan is the karma phala data. He will give you karma phala as per the karma. And the scripture reveals what type of karma will give you what type of karma phala broadly. And it will give the principle also that when a karma is in line with dharma, with values, with universal truths, which will help to expand and see the oneness, which will reduce the ego, that karma will generate punya. And which will do opposite of this, it will generate papa. Simple principle has to be understood. If that is understood, then I can apply in any situation, oh, this if I do, this is going to create negative consequences. No, if somebody doesn't know, you're doing it all alone. Your conscience knows, no? There's a conscience prick inside you. It knows that what you're doing is wrong. You're doing something cheating. And so that discriminative capability is there, buddhi is there. And we are not talking about cannibals or anybody like that who have not even been exposed to dharma and adharma. Even then, karma will come to them that they can't escape. See, whether a person is literate or illiterate, if they jump from 4th floor, they will die, no? They will fall down and die. One can't say कि इसको बेचारे को पता नहीं था. So if somebody doesn't know what is dharma, what are values, one is living in a certain way, some karmic consequence will come. So one has to live by the scripture and understand what is right, what is wrong. That's why here he says that ihante kama bhogartham. Just for this, because kama and bhoga is supreme, now no need of ethics and morality. Anyayena artha sanchayan. Cut the throat of other people, monopolize, dominate, destroy, doesn't matter. I want to enjoy. And हक से I will enjoy. क्यों? मेरे मेहनत की कमाई है. पसीना बहाया मैंने. I did hard work, climbed upon so many people, denied everything to all people so that I will enjoy. And after having gone there, I will do some charity also and I will distribute some wealth also. Feel good factor. Everybody thinks, oh, he's a nice man. Very charitable. Whom is one fooling? Karma will not spare anybody. स्वामी वो कर्म आएगा तब देखा जाएगा. At the moment we are enjoying. ठीक है, carry on, no problem. When it comes now, that time one asks this question. Now, what wrong did I do? At that time you don't remember all the wrong that you did. It may come immediately, it may come after a few years, it may come after some lives. And interesting point I'll tell you. The moment a wrong karma is done, there are immediate results as well as there are long-term results. Immediately the body, if there's a wrong karma done, the body, mind, intellect, there will be a split in that. Body will go through its own stress hormones and all that because the mind knows this is wrong. One is not at peace, mind is disturbed, intellect also doesn't have value. So slowly one loses confidence, one loses willpower, one becomes more and more dependent and weak, more and more insecure, more and more scared. This adharma will do all this. You see the example, na, Duryodhan. He is having 10 Akshavini army and still he is feeling so insecure. Pandavas had only 7 Akshavini. And Arjun, when he was given the choice, Duryodhan is thinking in his mind, Arey, this fellow, if he chooses 1 Akshavini, I will lose. That 1 Akshavini also I will lose. He is having 10 already, still he is not happy. When Arjun chose Bhagwan Krishna, he was so happy. He got his 1 Akshavini. Now he has 11, Pandavas have 7. And still you see the first chapter, what is the condition of Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra? Such weaklings. Adharma will make us weak, full stop. That one should remember. Whether it is visible to people or not visible to people doesn't matter. In fact, those who are doing adharma, those who are weak in the mind, they will need to show their power that I am not weak. A really strong person doesn't need to show any power. A lion doesn't go around showing I am so powerful all the time. If somebody attacks, it will do, but one doesn't have to show power all the time. But some people, when their mind is weak, if you see even in schools, colleges, those who are bullying others are not secure inside by themselves. They want their security by showing their power, domination, strength on other people and bullying them. Otherwise, love is so much more greater and beneficial and makes one happy. And it makes others also happy. But one is not wanting to act out of that. One is acting out of that only shows ego. And one who is in ego is alone. So that's why they become insecure. Constantly thinking who is thinking what about me, constantly waiting for validation, approval, praise, applause. Not happy inside. Because adharma will do all this. Then one may have some money, one may have enjoy externally, but what is the point? Internal quality of life is gone. Pathetic it is. So Bhagavan says that's why it is Asuri. Kamopabhoga paramaha etavaditi nischitaha ihante kama bhogartham anyayena artha sanchayan. And you know what Chanakya said? Anyayena uparjitam vittam dasha varshani tishtati. Any wealth you attain by anyaya, by foul means, will be there with you for short time. Prapte tu ekadashe varshe samulam cha vinashyati. In the 11th year, it will get destroyed with the principal, with the main amount which you invested. Bankrupt fully. Money to gone of yours. Assets also will get mortgaged, whatever, they will be sold off to recover that money that you took. And people also are suffering, they will also curse you. Law may also be behind you. Anything. No, Swami, there are enough people who are like that. They have run away from this country and they are living happily outside. Wait and watch. When time comes, time comes. People can escape from mortal laws and mortal agencies. Nobody can escape from the law of karma. And it will catch up. So, when Bhagavan is saying here that anyayena artha sanchayan, even after this, after keeping karma as the supreme, enjoying life, getting wealth with unrighteous means, not being bothered about people, how many people's lives, if you look at their personal life, relationships, so pathetic. Money, they have enough, but happiness, peace of mind is not there only. Shankaracharya wrote, that's why artham anartham bhavaya nityam nasti tata sukhalesha satyam. Contemplate that artha is anartha only. Again, I am saying it is not to condemn wealth, it is to condemn this obsession with wealth. Wealth has its own utility value, that's all. Beyond that, nothing. If it is there, very good, one can do certain things, one can live in a certain way. If it is not there, Ram Ram. Maximum what will happen? One will be hungry. One will not have some food, one will not have some facility, some shelter. Maximum one may die. Beyond that, what will happen? But one is not ready to deal with that. Then one compromises. In Siddharth, written by that Herman Hesse, that nice book, and there's a movie also made on that. In that one line comes where Siddharth will say, I can fast, I can think, I can wait. Simple, nice lines. One nice line. I can fast, I can think, I can wait. Whoever can do this much, patiently one can wait. I will follow dharma, karma will come, karma phala will come when it has to come. I will not impulsively rush in and compromise. One can wait. One can think, use the buddhi properly. And one can fast, live in self-control, live in some little bit of discomfort also, do tapasya. Then one will not compromise. But if one can't do that, then full compromise will happen. Which is why Guruji said in one place, he said, the love of wealth has made the wealth of love disappear from our lives. Love of wealth, how much love of wealth people have? They fight with their own people, their own family. Putradapi dhana bhajam bhiti, Shankaracharya ji said. From your own son, you will have a fear. When this fellow will kill me and take away my property. How many kings have been killed like that? So, after doing all the anyaya, anartha, one has got kama, one has got money, still one is not happy. Now comes this lobha and matsarya, you see, 13th one. Idam adyamaya labdham imam prapsye manoratham idam asti idam api me bhavishyati punardhanam. Bhavishyati punardhanam. In future, this wealth also will be mine. Array, already you have enough. But no, idam adya maya labdham. This I have attained now. Then today I have attained this with whatever hard work or hard work plus corruption, this, that, whatever I have attained some wealth. Idam adya maya labdham. Now imam prapsya manoratham. Now that particular desire I still have to fulfill. Now mind is running behind that. Imam prapsya manoratham. Idam asti. This is mine. Idam api me bhavishyati. And that also should be mine. And it will be mine in future. How much one looks na, and one compares and one sees and one feels like that. Somebody's car one sees and says, in 1 month's time, I will also get there. I will also get that car. Again, I'm saying healthy competition if one is having or a certain thought process whereby without compromising with dharma, one is trying to, increase the standard of living, no problem. Gurudev always said the standard of living and standard of life must be balanced. Standard of living should be deeper. I mean, standard of life should be deeper, meaning values, inner vision, living selflessly. That should go deeper and deeper. Standard of living higher and higher it grows based on the standard of life. If the imbalance is there, standard of life is not very strong. One grows higher and higher. Compromise. Then all this will happen. This person has got enough wealth, still is not happy. This is lobha as well as matsarya, greed and jealousy. For not even a few seconds, one is happy. Again, one's mind has gone out. This wealth, that power, this position, this thing, that thing. If you see so many examples, in fact, of both Devatas and Danavas, even after getting Indra's position, sometimes Indra is insecure. Danavas and Asuras, so definitely Ravan, Hiranyakashipu, so many of them. They got enough and more wealth, power, position, conquered three worlds, still not happy. This idam adya maya labdam imam prapsya manoratham idam asti idam api me bhavishyati punardhanam. Bhakta will have santosha. Sadhak will have santosha vritti. If I don't have santosha vritti in my mind, I am not a sadhak. No, no, Swamiji, if we have contentment, if we have santosh, how will we grow? We can grow with inspiration. We can grow with the attitude of serving people. We don't have to grow only by insecurity. We don't have to grow only by unfair competition and cutthroat competition. Dissatisfaction is not necessary for growth. Inspiration is necessary for growth. So, Bhagavan says here that in this process, one forgets also the point that one day this body will die. This desire makes one so extroverted that even after getting enough and more, one is still not thinking, ki, bhai, enough, this much is enough. What will I do with more? And finally, the body is going to drop. What am I going to do? My life is okay, comfortable. I made it comfortable. I can make it more comfortable. But what beyond that? So he says, idam asti idam api me bhavishyati punardhanam. Now comes ego. See, असौ मया हतः शत्रुः हनिष्ये चापरानपि ईश्वरोऽहमहं भोगी सिद्धोऽहं बलवान् सुखी. असौ मया हतः, that competition of mine, that competitor of mine, that enemy of mine, I have finished. Meaning, sometimes one does so many things whereby one prospers in such a way that other people get losses and they exit out of that business or that work, or sometimes they get destroyed only. So, asau maya hata shatruhu hanishye chaparanapi, other people also I will slay. Meaning, I will be the only monopoly, nobody else. Why? And one gets this kick, Ishwaroham, I am the most powerful. Aham bhogi, I enjoy life. King size, I live life. And people come around me because I live life king size. Ishwaroham, aham bhogi. Some people go on to say, even I am Siddha, I have power. Worldly power is one. But some people boast, I have spiritual power also. I have some siddhis also. I can read minds also. Or Siddhoham can also mean I am very successful in the world. I have accomplished everything. But the mind is not happy, it wants more. Balavan, I am very, very powerful. I can do anything. I can break morality, get away with it. All the legal agencies and court and this and that, they are in my pocket. I am Balavan. And I am Sukhi, meaning with all this ego, I am very happy. This is not that Sukha of, Paramananda. This is not saying that. I am Sukhi because I am powerful. I am able to achieve what I want, and whether fair, foul doesn't matter, and I escape the consequences, that much power I have. So here is one. This is again Matsarya and Lobha, where one cannot um, coexist, where one doesn't like anybody else. I should be the only one. Everybody should bow down to me. My company should be the only one in this field. Everybody should come to me. So now, asau maya hata shatruhu hanishye chaparanapi. This competitor has been conquered. Now that also I will conquer. Finally, I will finish all competition. Think about it. One doesn't want, ego wants exclusivity, ego wants full control, domination. It doesn't want to share power. It doesn't want to be accommodative, generous. Especially this type of hypocrite or this type of asuri pravritti is like this. Dambha, mana, madanvitahana, then the mind is like this. Now, what is the self talk of that person? One example is given here. Adhyospi, uh, आढ्योऽभिजनवानस्मि कोऽन्योऽस्ति सदृशो मया यक्ष्ये दास्यामि मोदिष्ये इत्यज्ञानविमोहिताः आढ्यः. So what is adhya here? So I am very rich, adhya. Abhijanavan asmi, and I am born in, I am well born in one high class or royal dynasty or royalty, whatever one calls it, Adhyo bhi, Adhyo, then Abhijanavan asmi. Then I have a large family also. So this is pride, mother of Kula, of wealth, of Dhana. So, Kon yosti sadrisho maya, who is equivalent to me? There is nobody equal to me. I am the best. Nobody can come anywhere near me. That type of ego one has. See, self-confidence is different, where one knows I am good, I am doing well, and I have enough talent, capability, confidence, all that. But this ego is different. In ego, one is lost within oneself, and when that ego will inflate, nobody knows. And how one will look down upon others, that is ego. So here is that. Adhyo abhijanavan asmi, konyosti sadrisho maya. Yakshye, even that person does rites and rituals, yajnas, yagas. Dasyami, I do charity also. Modishye, and I rejoice. Yakshye dasyami modishye, meaning I will perform rites and rituals, which will give me punya. That punya will give me more and more, yajna and dana here, meaning ishta and purta one has done. One will attain a lot of punya, one will enjoy here, one will enjoy in heaven. So he says modishye. Iti ajnana vimohitaha. In this way they are deluded by ignorance. They don't know that how much ever karma one may do, whatever glorious karma it may be, even spiritual karma, it will bring limited result only. And it will create vasana. Removal of vasanas, ignorance is the main purpose of life. Gaining self-knowledge is the main purpose. But that one has forgotten. One is now lost in all this. The pride of the family, the pride of wealth, the pride of control. One is lost in all this, fully deluded. So Bhagavan says, Aneka chitta vibhrantaha. One is having wrong notions, many such wrong notions. Bewildered by so many fancies, Aneka chitta vibhrantaha. Mohajala samavritaha. Caught in the snare of delusion. Prasaktaha kama bhogeshu. Fully attached to sense enjoyments, any of the 10 senses. And fulfillment of desires. Patanti narake ashuchau. They fall into hell, which is unclean, meaning where they suffer. Now, all this is what in adharmic ways when it is done, it will lead to hell. Patanti narake ashuchau means what? Swamiji, Naraka really is there? See, as a loka, of course it is there. It's a realm of consciousness. The jiva drops the body, goes there to experience certain karma phalas. It is not punitive, it is not eternal damnation, it is purificatory. It is to exhaust certain negative karmas and come out of it and continue one's cycle, one's life with the good karmas after that. So it is to learn the lessons and again move forward with more clarity and finally go beyond karma. Punya and Papa want us to go beyond Karta Bhav, realize the absolute. So at the level, if I feel I am a Karta, I am Mr. So and so, the Jiva, and this is my body, how real is this body and how real is this world? That really is hell also. If I say no, Jiva Bhav only is not there, then the question only will not arise about whether there is heaven or hell. Because if Jiva Bhav is not there, there is only one Brahman, then in Brahman there is no division. There is no heaven, hell, right, wrong. It is beyond all this. It is one non-dual truth. So heaven and hell, they exist at three levels. Level 1, if there is harmony around, it is heaven. If there is disturbance around, it is hell. That is the Adi Bhautik level. Adi Daivik level, the realms of consciousness, heaven and hell exist. And Jiva will take appropriate bodies, go there, go through certain karma phala. As guided by Ishvara and the various devatas, they will take the Jiva as per the karma and will go through some enjoyments, suffering, whatever it is. And when the karmas are over, then again one is continuing with the next yoni, whatever birth one gets, whichever loka. And third level is Adhyatmic, where the mind is peaceful, it is heaven. Where the mind is disturbed, it is hell. Now all three levels exist at the same time, okay? It is not that one level, it is up to us. Swamiji, I believe only in Adhyatmic level. Whether you believe or not, the Adi Daivik level exists. Adi Bhautik and Adhyatmic one may believe, saying, yeah, I believe heaven and hell is only inside. And chalo, to some extent, I will believe heaven and hell is outside also. But this loka, I don't believe. Okay, that's why Shastra is required. What is imperceptible to tell us that only Shastra is required. No, nobody has gone there and come back. So what is the proof? The proof is not only those who have gone and come back there. And how do you know if nobody has come back? Do you have that capability to see? There are people who have capability of seeing. They communicate with all these spirits and ghosts and goblins and so many. And what is the point of that? It is not some kind of a fear psychology only. कि अच्छा fear psychology के कारण ऐसा लिख दिया so that people can follow righteousness. There are masters, rishis who have experienced certain things. Bhagavan has revealed certain things and they are telling us that this is what it is so that one follows righteousness. Why doesn't want to go to suffer? How many people honestly have seen a jail? Limitation of example is there, but how many have gone and actually seen a jail and how the the prisoners are kept there? But do we say no, there's nothing like jail? Just because you have not gone doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It is there. So what is the point? If it is there or not there, the point is I should live in a dharmic way. Intrinsically, if I am motivated by dharma, great, I should live. If intrinsically I am not motivated by dharma, at least out of the fear of the negative consequences the adharma brings, I should not do adharmic things because I have to deal with it. So now here he says patanti narake shuchau. They fall into the heaven, into the hell. Little more is there of this, and then the Asuri Sampada gets completed. So we will take that up in our next class. For today, we will stop here. Thank all the Yajmans for the whole series, the Mukhya Yajmans, all the Aarti Yajmans for the whole series, today's Dainik Yajman as well as the Aarti Yajman. May Bhagwan bless us to live in values anchored in Dharma and protect us from these asuric tendencies. And may we live with the ashraya of Bhagwan, keeping him as the supreme goal and purpose of human life. May we have victory over karma. Om Tat Sat, Jai Shri Krishna. We will do the arati and then any questions are there, we will take up.
ॐ जय भगवद्गीते मैया जय भगवद्गीते हरिय कमल विहारिणि सुन्दर सुपुनीते ॐ जय भगवद्गीते कर्म सुमर्म प्रकाशिनि कामासक्तिहरा तत्त्वज्ञानविकासिनि विद्या ब्रह्मपरा ॐ जय भगवद्गीते निश्चलभक्तिविधायिनि निर्मलमलहारिणि शरणरहस्यप्रदायिनि सबविधि सुखकारी ॐ जय भगवद्गीते रागद्वेषविदारिणि कारिणि मोद सदा भवभयहारिणि तारिणि परमानन्दप्रदा ॐ जय भगवद्गीते आसुरभावविनाशिनि नाशिनि तमरजनि दैवी सद्गुणदायिनि हरिरसिका सजनी ॐ जय भगवद्गीते समता त्याग सिखावनी हरिमुख की बानी सकल शास्त्र की स्वामिनी श्रुतियों की रानी ॐ जय भगवद्गीते दया सुधा बरसावनी मातु कृपा की जय हरि पद प्रेम दान कर अपनों कर लीजय ॐ जय भगवद्गीते ॐ जय भगवद्गीते मैया जय भगवद्गीते हरिय कमल विहारिणि सुन्दर सुपुनीते ॐ जय भगवद्गीते ॐ जय भगवद्गीते ॐ जय भगवद्गीते बोलिए गीता मैया की जय
बोलिए श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Yes.
Hari Om Swamiji, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Swamiji, you spoke about, sometimes people do not think that their time is also going, and, they don't worry about that, and continuing to lead a indulgent life. So what happens with me, every morning I get up, one of the first thought that comes to me is like, oh my God, another day is gone. And what is it that I really kind of achieved, this thing so far or yesterday. So I also have this anxiety sometimes that I know that this everything around me, family, me, everything is going to, it has to end. But I think of this spiritual truth also with a little fear that how would it be, what will it be? So there is sometimes some anxiety. I have some goals when I'm learning the Gita every evening. I come tired. So I'm aware of the long-term goal, about our evolution from human to divine. But somewhere I'm looking at how do I satisfy myself daily that I feel a little fulfilled each day, saying, okay, these even shorter term goals to reach that longer term goal is being achieved. So, if you can just guide me or set some short term goals I can achieve. Like I've been studying the chapter 15. It's so many, like almost 2 months, and I've barely been able to memorize 8 verses. So finding everything hard sometimes, and that sometimes just brings you down.
So, 2 3 points to understand here. One is, yes, time is always going to be reducing only, because each day we pass, we are moving closer and closer to exit. But one can reflect on what all one has achieved, even each day. Yesterday, what did I achieve? What are the good things? Gratitude is something that will help a lot, where one will feel happy. If you are able to do Gita 15 chapter every day evening, you have been studying for the last 2 months, you should feel fulfillment of that. How many people can do that? Not about how many people can do. Actually, that the Bhagwan has blessed me. I'm at least able to chant. At a certain age, memorizing becomes difficult. So that is a practical, functional thing where one should not struggle to then memorize. Then one should figure out how to reflect, understand, implement, express it, and share it with others. Those are more important goals. Memorizing as and when it will happen, it will happen. 8 verses, if you have already done, very good. Maybe the pace will not be as much as it would have been when in younger days, but that's all right. One should focus on the right goals. What brings you satisfaction and happiness, and what also helps as per the age, time, circumstances to evolve. Second is gratitude can definitely help a lot. To thank for whatever one has achieved yesterday, materially, spiritually, relationship wise. And third, we should always know that Bhagwan is there with me now, and Bhagwan will be there with me in future. Bhagwan will never leave me. So even if body drops, Bhagwan is going to be with me. So there is nothing to be anxious about. If I have detached myself from people around me, I love them, but I am not attached to them, then the anxiety will not be there, because I am with Bhagwan right now and I will be with Bhagwan even later. That awareness, when Bhagwan said, Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishta, I am in the hearts of all. I have to feel that Bhagwan is in my heart, Bhagwan is with me right now. I am secure in the comfort, I am secure in the presence of Bhagwan, in the embrace of Bhagwan. Then the mind will not be anxious. I always give that a story, that the patient who was terminally ill and who was about to die, when the doctor comes there, he opens the door and comes to visit that patient. The dog also comes with that doctor. That dog is so happy to see his master. And so this doctor sees that this person has no fear on his face. In a few hours, he's going to pass away. And the person is very happy with the dog. Dog is also happy with that person. And so the doctor is saying, are you not upset? Are you not sad you're going to die? He said, Doctor, you see this dog? He was waiting patiently. When you opened the door, he came because he knows that he is going to meet his master, and he was so happy. So I'm eager, I'm waiting. I will meet my master when I drop this body. So these are not only stories, these are things to make us anchor in this attitude ki Bhagwan is with me right now, Bhagwan will be there with me wherever I go, whatever I do. So there's nothing to be scared of. Which is why I should just spend time in building my bond with Bhagwan. All these rest of the things are a means towards that. Whether chanting you do, you don't do, memorizing you do, you don't do. Those are methods of connecting with Bhagwan. If I find a better method of connecting with Bhagwan, suppose it is just Namasmaran, Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama, that's enough. Oh yeah. And I find joy in that ki Bhagwan, Krishna I love and I remember Bhagwan. Bas.
So what happens is I wake up. I first thing I do is I do recite Shri Krishnam 11 times. I also enjoy the journal that I write. It's like I've had a communication, for 10 minutes, and I've written whatever I've got. It's like I've learned this is the way to dedicate it. But the problem comes in the morning. First thing, somehow the brain is used to thinking what was not achieved rather than all that was achieved. So that mindset I'm trying to reverse. But
Yeah, now that you have recognized it, you can reverse it. Because finally, what is it? Even if you have achieved something, not achieved, that is not the purpose anyway.
yeah,
What I have achieved is for making me happy. What I have not achieved also is to only push me to come out of
yeah,
my comfort zone and
yeah,
achieve something, which is again
yeah,
temporary.
yeah. So one of the common theme that comes in what I write is God push me kind of, to do more. So I'll try just go with a more positive mind when I wake up.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Hari Om. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah. Harihi Om.